As a young political professional, I've coordinated with Republican campaigns on the local, state, and federal level. From my vantage point, I'm part of the future of the Republican Party. And as a young person who believes strongly in conservative values, I'm here to ask you to support this bill. As a conservative, family, community, and personal liberty are the cornerstones of my belief. I've been fortunate enough to meet a diverse and interesting bunch of people in my brief time on the planet. If there's one lesson that I've learned, it's that it's essential to treat people as equals. Now, I don't mean that we're all equal physically or intellectually, but for large groups of people who live together in harmony, it's essential for people, especially the people who have gotten together to form a government, to give everyone an equal footing. On this critical question, the government of New Hampshire has fallen short. While we have made positive steps in passing civil union legislation, that legislation fails to address the fact that separate institutions, while well-intentioned, can never be equal. Another core conservative value is the importance of the family. I was fortunate enough to grow up in a home with two loving parents. It's a blessing that I wouldn't deny to anyone. During my life, I've met people, gay and straight, who want nothing more than to be able to raise children in a loving environment and prepare them to be happy, productive people. The idea that a conservative can say that a child is better off in the care of the state than in the home of two loving parents doesn't pass the laugh test. It's inimical to everything that I stand for. Strong communities grow out of strong families. As I mentioned previously, denying the right to marriage to any couple in a loving, long-term relationship destroys the foundation of a strong community. If we want strong families and communities, it's absolutely ludicrous to say that because a person likes people of the same gender, he or she shall be forbidden from helping to create that community. One other core tenet of conservative beliefs is sound fiscal policy. In a time when some of the nation's most storied companies are floundering and the specter of broad-based taxes looms on the horizon for New Hampshire, it would be irresponsible, no, insane, to turn away the millions of dollars that tourism would bring to the state as a result of passing this bill. Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was once like in the United States where men were free. If the Senate fails to pass this bill, nothing will change in New Hampshire. We'll continue our fatally flawed policy of separate but equal. In the eyes of the next generation of voters, I believe that our current policy will elicit the same ashamed surprise as the miscegenation laws of the Jim Crow era do today. Conservatives need to do their part to fight for and protect people's freedom now. I don't want to tell my children